This is what we're going to be talking about today. It's for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs. Those are people that have an entrepreneurial mind but are working inside of a company. They may be employees or they may be employees who are thinking about not becoming employees. But everyone who needs to learn how to capture and their share of the exploding AI movement with AI Publicity Express Magazine. Now, here is the cover of AI Publicity Express Magazine, and it's got its own AISupercampus.com where you can register. And then over here on the right are the guys in the White House putting together the half trillion AI movement that we're going to be reporting on with AI Publicity Express. So far, so good, Ron?
Yes.
Okay. So now I believe that learning AI is like learning a musical instrument, and that I'm going to be using that theme in Publicity Express magazine because a 3-year-old can pound on the keys of a piano, but a concert pianist gets a very different result. And so knowing how to play AI is very, very important. Anybody can play AI, but not everybody can play it like a concert pianist. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this story of if you can hit the right keys, you can get the right reaction. So you want to learn how to play AI storytelling so AI doesn't play you or you don't get played by AI. So it kind of fits that way too. Now, here's the graphic that AI created for me about this metaphor analogy about learning how to play AI by clicking on the keys. And if you can point and click, you can play the keys of AI. And then this is a little bit, and I'm updating this. And so this week will be the week of February 28th, will be the week that I'm really launching Publicity Express as the model of Rolling Stone magazine, which will work across multiple platforms, every platform out there, basically. It's multimedia integration, and different people will use it in different platforms. So let me show you solopreneurs, entrepreneurs learn how to play the keys. And these are the keys to success of the $500 billion AI movement. And here's the first one. This is a key, a message from Mike Hayes about my vision for Publicity Express Digital Magazine is to become the Rolling Stone. And I've already created this, so I'm going to click on this key, and this will take us to this story about revolutionizing. And I used Gamma to create this today. Welcome to the digital magazine dedicated to AI innovation for solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business owners, and networkers. Cutting edge. But look at these stories, and these are the uh, editors, the editorial board of ChatGPT include ChatGPT, Copilot, Mail Softly, and more. Our mission is to connect AI professionals and um, pioneers, networking opportunities, industry insights, career advancement, profiles, breaking news, emerging trends, artificial intelligence, AI ethics, machine learning, AI in healthcare, deepening. But let me get to the exciting part from Ron. I'll come back to this in a minute. So let me go back to the homepage of AI, and I'm going to show Ron. Now, Ron, you and I are talking about a demo, and it's good that we're talking about this as a demo because I just created this today. And anytime you're developing anything, it's going to have its rough spots or, things that need to be ironed out. It's wrinkles, let's say. So, but this is a demo. Here's an article by my friend Ron Hori of FinFit Life, who's been with FinFit Life for years, and he is now a contributing writer using Gamma to create articles about living a healthy life with FinFit Life. Now, it ain't perfect yet, Ron, but I already created it today for you and take a look at. And I'm clicking on the link. Do I have the right? Oh, wait, I didn't have the right one, the right site for it. Well, anyway, here it is. So here's the article, and I've updated it. So I'll get. Let me. I think I have. Yeah, I got rid of. Okay, so you can edit it. Now, if you are a member of the Publicity Express and the Gamma community, now look at Ron Hori, guys. Isn't Ron? Have you been working out? You really look pretty. Can you see this?
I can see it. Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. So this is the guy that they created as Ron Hori. So and they misspelled FinFit Life. So the little hiccups like that.
Where
But I corrected some of this morning. So what ideally I believe I can do, Ron, is have you have the ability to get in here and edit it yourself, um, so that you can be a regular contributor uh, to AI Publicity Express and talking about, you can change it, you can edit graphics and stories and pictures and everything else about FinFit Life and intelligent solutions. Look at this, staying healthy. And this can all, now imagine this being, excuse me, in the AI equivalent of uh, Rolling Stone magazine, but for AI, the future of wellness and how we can deliver it through YouTube. And so right now, Ron and I are creating what is I call a podcast listening episode, Transform Your Life with AI, ChatGPT, and FinFit Life. So Ron, what do you think of this, and what's your reaction to this initial idea for AI Publicity Express and bringing in contributing writers from all over the country and really all over the world?
well, I think it's a genius idea in terms of having other people collaborate together and contribute and be an example. I think for being pioneers, like you're saying, in this age of AI, for sure. So I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think using because you want to create models after successful models. That's one of the things, one of the keys to success. And I've covered a lot of ground here. Um, Let me go to half trillion AI. So this is our super campus, AI super campus from AI Publicity Express for solopreneurs, because AI Publicity Express Magazine is going to be teaching people in the magazine and with the super campus all the different ways that I've learned over 40 years to tell your story and promote it out where you want to promote it out to. So if you want to, hey, check out my article in Publicity Express magazine about AI folks about FinFit Life, then you will have a link to your own article and actually even a web page that you can share with people about your article in Publicity Express magazine. And I love the idea of a couple things about the idea of playing the black keys. Okay, now what you're seeing right here are like keys to the piano. So if you can point, you can, like here, I just pointed. It took me to AI Publicity Express. It took me to AI Super Campus, and I'm going to be having new videos up here at the top. And this is one of the ways we're going to be able to share it with to subscribe and grow rich. But like with Mail Softly, Ron, which we've talked about, it's all about the headlines and headliners. And if you don't have a good headline that will grab people's attention, you're lost because without a great headline, a terrible thing happens, nothing. And so that's why, right? That's why Publicity Express Magazine and the Half Trillion AI website has the black keys that are headlines. You notice every one of these is a headline. And if this headline in the magazine doesn't grab your attention, you're not going to look at the article. So that's why it's up to everybody who is in the magazine to help promote it, and get people to subscribe or to the magazine, look at their articles, see their articles, share it, and tell their story. But if you can point, you can learn AI with the AI Publicity Express. So could you explain a little bit, and let me show you a little bit more about the concept. So here are the four corners sections for the AI Super Campus of Publicity Express Magazine. And they are becoming a learner guide and having the learner guide mindset of a solopreneur or an entrepreneur. That's number one. Media capture of stories. Now, Gamma will capture stories. There's many ways to capture stories. And it could be Loom, could be Zoom, but even Gamma will capture stories. Social media platforms, email marketing. I believe that email marketing is really the foundation of storytelling and where you really have ownership because in social media you don't own it. But when you build up a email list, that's a legacy that you own. So you can see here me here with headliners like Oprah Winfrey, Donald Trump, Joan Rivers. This is how I've spent my career, my 40 years of success with these headliners, Tony Robbins. This is me written up in Sports Illustrated about being one of the world's top interviewers. So the four corners are learner guide mindset, media capture stories, social media, marketing, and HTAI. That's half trillion AI email marketing. So that's what Publicity Express Magazine is going to be focused on is reporting on the half trillion AI movement. And if you can hit the keys to success right here as this graphic generates, it's finally time to get fully engaged and share stories. So, what can you tell our audience, Ron, who are hopefully walking and listening to this podcast about what you're seeing with this idea of using the keys of a piano and to separate out sections and headliners for headliners to grab their attention. And oh, one of the other models that you're familiar with, Ron, that I'm going to use, and then I'll shut up and let you tell people about it, is patch.com. Now, you know about Patch Media. That's
Yeah,
going to be one of the models that I use. Patch Media is hyper local, and I believe in supporting local media. I believe in network locally and learn AI globally, support local communities. And Patch Media is a great model, role model to follow after, one that I admire. But they're local. I'm going to be national and global with Publicity Express Magazine. But people who subscribe, just like you subscribe to Patch to get the information you want, you're going to be able to subscribe to AI Publicity Express, get on our mailing list to get the information that you want. So I know I've given you a lot to cover, Ryan. You're probably getting a headache already, but help me to communicate now to our audience. This is an AI Audible from Ron Hori. So, Ron, it's all yours, my friend.
Mike, again, I think you really have a genius mindset in terms of having a concept and then creating it and building the platform. Because I think in that metaphor of learning the keys on a piano, learning how to play. Because let's say you're you're a youngster and you're learning how to play chopsticks, dun, 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 dun. And then you can start from, so you can start from wherever you are, especially as a beginner learner, and follow the guide who is going to lead you into knowing, okay, which keys to play depending on what you want to learn, and people can learn at their own pace. And like you say, there are more and more statistics about how jobs are going to be eliminated, and they're being eliminated now. And I think there was one article you shared about a company in the Bay Area, a local company. It may have even been in Lafayette or in the East Bay that was laying people off because they were using AI in as a big part of their business processes. And so, there are a lot of big thinkers, projecting the same thing. So it's a matter of learn and thrive or be obsolete. And so I think, creating this idea of a magazine, this audio magazine or visual, and with the podcast listening combined, it's a way for people to start wherever they are, because, I think I mentioned I met this one woman who's, well, yeah, even Stephanie Maroney was saying, oh, she had anxiety about AI, but once she started joining your your Zoom meetings, she felt very much more comfortable about being able to use it to propel her real estate business. And so I think one is people will become more comfortable with this transition and learning how they can learn how to play the keys one key at a time to the point where, and I think you can look at AI or the Publicity Express, you might say, as the sheet music, right? So people can learn through AI Publicity Express on how to play the AI keys one step at a time. And as you have these contributing writers of all levels, because you have a super Rolodex to bring them in and to really show people hands-on, you might say. Little, I guess I just thought of that, hands-on on the keys of the piano.
Ron, that's why I love having you as my color man. You always use great ways to help people visualize things. Go ahead. You're on a roll.
So with that idea, it's like a one-stop resource. It's more than just a magazine. It's like a super content that, and also too, there could be this viral effect, right? As people are saying, hey, I learned this idea, I'm implementing it to grow my home business or my high side hustle or career transformation or career change. And they said, well, where did you learn that? Well, I found this magazine. It's called AI Publicity Express.com or whatever the site is going to be. And they're
Yeah,
saying,
it will be that.
okay. And so, you get that viral effect going. And so it can literally grow geometrically very quickly, especially with the technology that we have, not only to create content, but also to promote the content. So I think it's a brilliant idea, Mike.
Well, Ron, AI is media, and media is as broad as life, and FinFit Life is about life. And that's what AI Publicity Express is about. It's about living your life in the era of AI, in the half trillion AI industry, reporting on it, talking about it, and contributing stories about your life and about living your life in the era of AI and being able to super serve your customers by telling them stories that really make FinFit Life come alive in their minds. And it is FinFit Life. And about talk a little bit about that and how you see the marriage as essentially you are a solopreneur. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. You're a solopreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You're an insurance agent professional, agency professional. Talk a little bit about the marriage of your business as a solopreneur, how it blends together with getting the word out, telling the story, and how it really all is the ideal fit for small business owners of all kinds, but particularly professionals like you. And you mentioned our friend Stephanie Maroney. So weave that story together, Ron, and help blend that story. That would be a good story for you to tell for AI Publicity Express using Gamma to capture that story. And that's what I did for you with the story that I captured for you on Gamma. Even when you weren't here, I captured your story about FinFit Life while you were busy doing other things. But weave that story together for our podcast listening audience, if you will.
Yes, thank you, Mike. And before, one thought occurred to me is having content for parents that they can use to guide their children. Because now we're in the age of Gen Alpha, right? Gen Z is growing up in their 20s and early 30s. So here comes Gen Alpha. And what's the biggest issue of mental health these days? It's phone addiction. So it's kind of a tangent, but I'm thinking, one chapter or one issue or one article. It could be some educator who's, aware of how to combat this issue of mental health, especially with young people. And I think they're even, in fact, I think, anyway, so even the state of California, they have a private app. It's a mental health app that people can use, especially young people, to deal with issues. It's almost like having an AI therapist or counselor. But back to, your question or what you wanted me to share is one thing I mentioned is the photo behind me, and I know we're on audio, but it's a 7 a.m. hotel ballroom, and there are probably about 100 of us that just finished a workout after a convention in Chicago. And the person who is leading the workout is the president of our company. So the CEO, Howard Sharfman, he's created the name FinFit Life. It stands for Financial Fitness, Physical Fitness, and Lifestyle. And our idea is to help people. Our movement is primarily about health, help people live healthy, be more active, have more energy, live longer, feel better. And so we literally live our lifestyle where we lead by example, you might say. So one thing I like to do is as soon as I wake up, I'll put on my shoes and go out walking because I learned from Andrew Huberman that you want to get sunlight early in the morning. So we want to share what we do by actually living that lifestyle. So I may be out walking, and what I love to do is just say good morning to people as I'm walking in the neighborhood. Sometimes responses, but just a way of just being living my life. I like to work out. Also, I have a morning routine of exercising and meditation, and so. Uh, Being an example, I think being an example and also learning from you about ways to use AI because you're exploring all of these tools, Gamma and Loom and Perplexity, not to mention, everybody's heard about Chat GPT and then here's Gemini and Copilot, but you're able to distill or clear the fog, you might say, of overwhelm in terms of all of these AI tools and which tool is the best for each purpose that people have. And so I've learned from you, which are the best tools to use. So you're really helping people to really feel like you're the super guide, you might say, and also bringing in other guides of all different levels. Like you have a good friend who's the dean of Oxford University, so I think the whole concept for me is a way to really get the word out because our goal, the goal of the CEO is to have a global business to help people literally around the world because no matter what country people are living in, they want to be more healthy, they want to take care of their family, and they want to prosper in terms of business or income. So we have a large movement And of course, with the AI platform that you're creating, it's going to create the distribution. Imagine the distribution. Rolling Stone was a print magazine, but with AI Publicity Express being virtual, there's no limit to the way we can literally reach people around the world. So, as always, Mike, you're a genius in having a concept and then putting together the pieces of the, or putting together the keys on the piano, you might say, one key at a time, and using AI to do that, right? To help you construct this platform. So the idea is brilliant. My hat's off to you again, as always.
Orchestrating your success, so to speak. Okay, Ron, I've got to ask you a
I
philosophical
can't hear you,
question that
Mike.
I don't know about, and you probably, I don't know if you know about or not, but
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
okay, can you hear me?
I still can't hear you.
That's weird. Oh, I didn't have my mic that close. Is this better? No, okay, just a sec. Huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened or why you can't hear me. That's weird. Let me look. Hmm. Yeah, Ron, maybe it might be on your end. I look like I'm okay. You were hearing me before. Oh, no, you can't hear me. So, oh, I know, chat. Um,
It was on my end. One of the audio settings got changed, so I can hear you fine now. It was on my end.
oh, that's what I thought. Okay, I thought it might be on your end. Cool. Okay, now, Ron, I'm going to get a little crazy here for a minute. Okay. Um, So bear with me, but I'm going to bring this up because I believe in kind of reporting on real life and documenting. I believe that documenting our real lives is going to be the key to creating genuine content in the future. And that's beautiful because that's how you are living your life in the world of FinFit Life. And all you have to do is document it like you're doing about the story behind you. But here's a real game changer. And I'm going to use my friend Ron Hori, radio audience or podcast audience, to bounce it off because Ron is a reasonable guy. Okay. I don't know how much you know about Bitcoin or, you know, any of that. Do you know much about digital money or Bitcoin or anything?
No, very little.
Good, me neither. Because I'm gonna point out something that I think I want to explore with AI Publicity Express, and that is this conversation. Two things that happened last night, Ron. One, my wife said, "Man, I wish we could win the lottery." And I said, "Well, why do you want to win the lottery? We've already got a great life, and well, I want to be able to help people in our family and help people." Okay, so that's her motivation is, help our kids, etc. So she said she wanted to win the lottery, and that struck me. And then the other one was this. I'm watching the Warriors, Golden State Warriors play last night. Steph Curry had, I believe, 56 points, and he is uh, you know, amazing, okay? So what he said was after in the post-game show afterwards, he said, "Well, how did you do it, Steph?" And he had a three-word answer, which was, I think, profound. But he believes this to be true, and I do too. And his answer was, "God is good." Period. That's what he said. God is good. And I thought about that because I believe that. And I believe that AI is a gift from God. So those are two of my core principal belief systems that God is good and that AI is a gift of God. I just happen to believe that. And that, the power of the universe. And it's very simple for me. God is good covers everybody. You know what I mean? Hindus, Jewish people, you know, God is good. But there are people that don't believe God is good or don't even believe in God, okay? But I happen to believe in God and the power of the universe. So that's one thing. So I said to my wife, you know, in some ways, if you look at the world of Bitcoin and digital money, we're already lottery winners. We've already won the lottery in the digital world of AI. If you, the moment you really start to believe that the world of the future is digital, and when we have, if you had in the past, if you had a bunch of money, you wanted to promote yourself, you could spend a boatload of money on advertising. Well, we don't really need that today to grow our businesses. In the digital world of Bitcoin, things like that, the only reason Bitcoin exists is because people believe it's valuable. If they didn't believe it was valuable, it would have no value at all. So it's based on the belief system. And I believe that when people start to believe that the world of the digital future and digital substitutes is true, and when you have unlimited access to AI to help you create things, like, with money, you could use money to help you buy things. Well, now with AI, you can use digital free money to help you create things that will, bring value into your life and the lives of other people. So, anyway, I'm getting a little philosophical here by combining A, that God is good. I believe that AI is a gift from God, and I believe He gave it to us to solve problems for mankind. And if we use it for good, it becomes good. If you use it for evil, it becomes evil. So those are kind of, I'm just reporting my thoughts of the day that we have won the digital lottery. A, maybe that's a good way to put it, because we can use AI, and when we can convert it by having a job like Ron has with FinFit Life and use it to through FinFit Life to convert it to clients and money making. So now help me uh conceptualize that, Ron, if you would do your color commentary on what I just said. Do the best you can. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think, when you talk about the winning the lottery, I think people, in order to win the lottery, first of all, you need to have a ticket, right?
Mm, yeah.
And so there's a short story of somebody said, "Oh God, please help me win the lottery. I'm struggling and I need the money." And so God says, "Okay, well, buy a ticket first." What
And
a
then we'll see what
concept, right?
happens. But
So how
you
can you win the lot? So I think people, okay, so there is this, so people can win the lottery, the AI, you might call it AI lottery, or whatever. I'm sure you'll be able to wordsmith, come up with a different idea, but you need to have a ticket. And you could even say every AI lottery ticket is a winning ticket. You just have to buy the ticket, and then you can show them how to create the winning number combinations depending on whatever their goal is. So that,
orchestrate the winning numbers or keys or yeah.
yes, and so I think it's so you can say, with the digital lottery, every ticket is a winning ticket, and you get to create your own numbers. And it doesn't have, and so, and whatever jackpot you want to win, that thought just came to mind. So in order, so people need to be in the game. It's the game of life.
It
Live it,
is. It
right?
is.
So there's the business side, the personal side, spiritual, mental, physical, and so on, especially with parents and kids, or even, parents with elderly. seniors that they're taking care of. But I think the idea is that everybody can be a winner or can be at least a participant starting out as a student to learn and want to learn. And I think the key is you either learn or you die, not literally die, but become obsolete. And I think if you're not changing, you're actually going backwards because if you're standing still, you're going backwards because the world is changing faster and faster and faster. And so we need to embrace the present and prepare for the future. Otherwise, people are going to be struggling, laid off. Oh my gosh, I've been working for 20 years in this company and look at the government workers being laid off.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
California fire victims.
oh, exactly. I mean, it's horrible,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So, we don't want to dwell on the negative because there's no purpose in that. In fact, it's very negative, creates a negative energy. But to show people, hey, here's a solution wherever you are, whether you're 20 or 60, and people need to open their minds to the possibilities or become desperate and lose in the lottery, right? So I think there's an opportunity. There's a Chinese symbol for I think that can be interpreted two ways. It's crisis and opportunity, something like that. But the same symbols, has two meanings. So okay,
oh, interesting.
we have an opportunity. In fact, I might ask ChatGPT, what that symbol is. Maybe even get a diagram. But so people need to, let's say, lift up their heads, get it out of the dark place, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and be open to how do you thrive in this era, especially if your job has been eliminated. Because the entrepreneur idea. In fact, I heard just in I think early January, I read an article that said something like 70% of people in the U.S. are going to quit their job in 2025. I mean, that's huge, a huge implication for employers, but also, these people, there's so many opportunities and success stories of entrepreneurs running their business on a laptop. There's that laptop lifestyle. So I think the key message is here is a solution for your life if you're willing to have a ticket, and there's no cost for the ticket either.
Now, Ron, talk about the vision of the piano keyboard that, and each of the keys is labeled so that you can see what headline is on each key. And all you need to do is click on that key. And if you can point and click, you can learn AI and you can communicate and you can capture your story. Is that what you saw today?
Well, actually, you just brought that to mind because, having the keys labeled, because, when you look at a grand piano, there are these black keys and the white keys. And if you're a beginner like me, I don't know how to play the piano, but where do you start? But having the keys labeled, like let's say you can have, here are the beginner keys,
Right.
right? And then here are the more advanced keys. And then here are chords where you can hit multiple keys at the same time. So having the keys labeled, in fact, I was just thinking of, I don't know if it really existed, but these kitty piano toys, which would actually have colors on the keys. And maybe, could be like 18 inches wide. So it's not like so it's a beginner kids piano, but even for adults or people at any age, having the keys labeled and knowing which keys do you want to play in order to achieve the song of your life or your business. I think that's brilliant because people can actually learn. Look at the AI your magazine and know exactly which keys to play and in what order to play, and then you can have your music sheets, right, available in terms of the articles and the contributing writers to even go to even more advanced levels. And like symphony, you can have, simple songs or even symphonies, right, embedded into the labeled keys. So I think the labeling makes it easy and not intimidating at all for somebody to, come up to, to the AI keyboard and know exactly where to start to get where they want to go. So that's another brilliant visual concept that you created.
Well, I believe that I am a problem solver. I mean, when I worked at NBC in New York, I was looked at as a problem solver for broadcasters and broadcasting and solving problems in a lot of different ways. Sometimes with programming, sometimes with technology, but that's what I did, and that's what I was known for at NBC. Now, this actually solved a problem that you brought up to me with the original AI Super Campus. And you said, rightly so, the good news, bad news, Mike, you have a volume of information. But the bad news is you have a volume of information. So I looked at that as a problem solver, okay? And so I thought, okay, so what I need is I need to cover everything almost like a simple menu that's in black and white, really, really, really easy to follow. Doesn't have all kinds of graphics that are all wild and, you know, simple, follow, black and white keys to success. Easy, organized, and I can have as many of them as I want because it's just down to the headline. And I can even organize them A through Z so you can find stuff on the keyboard. So that was the solution I came up with the piano keyboard. I also believe that it is like learning how to use a musical instrument, so that story fits well. But it really makes it simple for anybody, and it makes it simple for me to organize it and organize AI Publicity Express Magazine, organize the AI Super Campus, and organize the half-trillion AI movement at which we want to report on with the AI Publicity Express magazine. Thinking of that $500 billion movement as like the music industry for Rolling Stone magazine. So that's how it's all come together. And it's like I say, it's as broad as life, and it even brings in our spiritual life, our business life, our mental life, our physical life, all parts of life, because I do believe that AI is media, and so that's what I'm going to continue to do is continue to problem solve. But looking at the black and white keys versus what it was, Ron, what's your reaction to that solution for the problem of too much information when you can just now pick and choose from the headlines? Just looking at the headline, I'm not interested in that. Oh, that one I want to know about. Simple, right? So, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I think it's excellent because people can pick and choose, what keys they want to play, and their beginner keys and then their intermediate and advanced keys. And so I think too, possibly in your articles or depending on the contributors, the keys can evolve, or you can have, let's say, you've got the keys, and then you've got these music sheets, right? So the keys are labeled initially, so people can start with the keys that they want to play to get where they want to go. So it's learn as you go. So I think people because my sons when they were young they had a piano teacher teaching them how to play the piano, but people can be self-taught, especially in this age. In fact, even built into the keys, there could be, let's say, a help key on the piano keyboard. Say, I need help. Okay, well, click on this key. It could be, let's say, green key.
Absolutely. To
So,
super serve the super interested.
yes, so you can take that metaphor of the piano and add on, you could actually create your own keyboard. Oh, here's an idea. People can create their own keyboard, right?
Yeah,
You can have different keys for different purposes. Maybe for younger people, maybe they're in college or high school. Okay, well, here's the high school keyboard. And then maybe somebody's very advanced. Okay, here's the PhD keyboard, but they're all labeled. And again, I like the idea of having a music sheet for advanced levels. And also, too, let's say you have a collaboration of two or more people, and so you could have people playing different keys together
yeah.
and contributing and brainstorming.
And gamma, I believe in all the ones I've looked at, the most universally accessible above everything is Gamma.app. And I am an affiliate of Gamma.app, and I want to create a community around Gamma. And I believe Gamma has a workspace available. And I'm going to look into it because I just came up with this concept today of having AI Publicity Express be the Rolling Stone of the AI industry, and having individual contributors using Gamma as part of the Gamma community workspace to be able to work on their own Gammas and create their own keyboards, as Ron is saying. Because Gamma is where I created the keyboard. I used Gamma to create that keyboard.
That's outstanding.
So that's why I go back to another model, and I do model after success stories. I modeled after creating different communities after I looked at FinFit. No, I'm sorry. I looked at CrossFit fitness, that they have individual communities around in that they call boxes, and people can become a CrossFit coach. I believe people should be able to become a AI Super Campus guide. And that guides will become a big part of the future of AI, to become a guide. You don't have to be a coach. You can simply be a guide. You can guide people to AI Publicity Express. You can guide them to FinFit Life. You can guide them here, guide them there. But I do believe in pointing out good guides. Who are the good guys? And I don't want to go into the negatives. I'd like to focus on who are the good guys and the good guides. The ones that can do the job, get results, are good people, and that fits under God is good. Uh, you know, from a spiritual standpoint, pointing out who are the good guides under that and how to use AI. And I believe that I will be rewarded with the law of attraction by focusing on uh, that God is good and that AI is a gift from God, and that will bring me into a very powerful uh, point of being able to receive help from the universe to achieve what I want to achieve. And I believe everybody that gets aligned in that way will also be able to learn to benefit or learn how to benefit. That's my personal belief system.
Well, I think too, because one of the things that I think will attract the right people is you might call it, the culture that you're creating. Because one of the things that the CEO of FinFit Life talks about is, well, what are our core values? And he states it publicly, and it's not just some letters on a plaque on the wall, but really, these are the type of people that we want to be, and these are the type of people that we want to attract. And so I think, you're creating this environment, you could call it a slash culture, that will attract the right people with the right mindset, people that want to learn and people that want to learn and also teach and contribute, because there's that phrase of learn, do, and then teach. Because I love to learn and I love to implement what I'm learning, especially with AI, and then share it with other people. And a lot of what I'm sharing is what I've learned from you. in terms of how to specifically use the different tools, and even exploring Chat GPT in terms of knowing that it remembers everything I ever asked about it in any conversation. And so I don't have to, I explain, hey, Chat. In fact, I said, what should I call you? And I said, well, I'm gonna call you Chat because then I don't have to type in the last three letters. So I say, hey, Chat, good morning. In fact, somebody even said, maybe it was you. You can say, oh, good morning, Chat GPT. How are
I
you?
do.
And I do
I
that
check
too.
in, I make it real friendly, and I call it my friend, and that's how I treat it. No, I think we're a wrap today. It's 8:58. Ron, thank you so much for being my color man today and a guide. So to guide people the way you believe that they should be guided. And so tell me, are you excited about being able to be a contributor to AI Publicity Express to tell stories about FinFit Life and about life in AI?
Oh, I'm definitely excited and also feel very privileged to be invited to be a contributor because I have my own stories I can create about myself. But
Right.
then FinFit Life as a community of people, not only associates but also clients, we have a wealth of beautiful success stories that we can definitely share. So I think it's a great platform. It's everything is positive here, the possibilities. So thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this exciting journey.
Well, you're a trusted friend, a longtime friend, and that's why other people will have to be vetted, of course. So other contributors, but we will figure that out as we go. So, Ron, thanks for joining me. I'm going to stop recording. And I hope you listen to this on a healthy walk, podcast listening walk for your the future of you and me and AI and all of us together. So, along with my friend Ron Hori of FinFit Life, I'm Mike Hayes, publisher of AI Publicity Express, and I hope you will subscribe and grow rich. Just go to the AISupercampus.com. It's free AISupercampus.com and register for updates from AI Publicity Express Magazine. Thanks, Ron. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for joining us again today, entrepreneurs and business networkers. But wait, there's more. Listen to this short word from our sponsor engagement. That's the secret behind email inbox headliners. Networkers, I got to ask you, are you sending out emails or not? No? You need to be checking in and following up. Then let me ask you this. Why do you think Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Marie Forleo, and Kim Commando and more all send emails? Because, folks, no matter what you think of email, like it or not, email works. It will work for you too if you're serious about networking, growing your influence, and building real relationships. You need to be following up right away. I'm Mike Hayes, founder of Cross Group Networking Strategy Training to grow all groups. I host podcast listening courses on the AI Super Campus, and I'm a longtime media veteran, starting with NBC TV and radio networks in New York. I've interviewed and studied the world's greatest communicators, including people who have become presidents of the United States. And right now, the United States government has launched the $500 billion AI communication movement. Whether you realize it or not, you're already involved. That's why I chose Mail Softly. Mail Softly is the AI-powered email marketing platform that makes it easy to create follow-ups that get read, get clicks, and get results. With Mail Softly, you get AI-generated emails that capture attention and convert. You get a drag and drop editor. So even if you're not a designer, you can create great, stunning emails in minutes. You get powerful automation that keeps your audience engaged 24/7. And you get advanced analytics, so you know exactly what's working and what's not. And that's why I use it. And right now, for a limited time, When you sign up for Mail Softly, even the free account, you get exclusive email training from the AI Super Campus. I've interviewed the AI inbox headliners from Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, and I've analyzed the podcasting powerhouses of today, like Mel Robbins and Joe Rogan. And so I've developed one-of-a-kind podcast listening courses to teach you their AI student-teacher mindset. They learn from others and they teach. You too can learn how to practice podcast listening with my Mail Softly messages right in your inbox, free, so you can craft emails that connect, convert, and create lasting impact. And don't forget the best part, it's absolutely free. Just sign up for Mail Softly today, and this exclusive training is yours, no strings attached. Just click the link right below this video right now and start transforming your emails into powerful AI-driven engagement tools. Don't let your emails go unread. Make them work for you with Mail Softly and the AI Super Campus training. I'm Mike Hayes.